Day. Legend has it that David Boreanaz was quite a creature of the night when he was a student at Ithaca College. I thought that meant he was in the library every night studying until David himself set me straight. What he was really doing was preparing for the breakout role that he knew was in his future. But before David landed that job, playing the vampire with a soul, Angel, on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, David had to pay his dues. So after earning his degree in cinema and photography from the Park School of Communications, David headed out to Hollywood, along with a few of his classmates before and since, where his roles included parking cars, painting houses, handing out towels at a sports club. But he persevered and soon found himself with actual acting jobs. First, an unaccredited extra in such films as Aspen Extreme, and then as a guest star on the series Married with Children. In 1997, 6 years after graduating, David was thrust into the limelight, if not the daylight, when he was cast as Angel. And for 3 seasons, he played Buffy's on-again, off-again, 242-year-old love interest, before moving on to star in his own spin-off series for another 5 seasons. And now, for the last 8 years, David has found another defining television role as FBI Special Agent Seeley Booth on the Fox series Bones. Apparently, you've heard of it. David helps bring justice for murder victims, and he also serves as one of the show's producers. This is hard enough, David. He also serves as one of the show's producers and has directed a number of episodes, including the season ender, which aired on April 29th. David has had his share of big screen acting credits as well, including the sports drama The Mighty Max, the black comedy Suffering Man's Charity, and the crime thriller Officer Down. He can be heard as the voice of the superhero Green Lantern in the animated feature Justice League: The New Frontier. On the theater stage, David has starred in Off-Broadway's Spalding Gray, Stories Left to Tell, as well as productions of Hatful of Rain and Fool for Love. In 2001, the Ithaca College Alumni Association recognized David with the Outstanding Young Alumni Award. And in 2011, the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters jointly honored David and his father, longtime Philadelphia TV weatherman Dave Roberts, with its gold medal. I know that David was excited to be asked to serve as this year's commencement speaker, and I know that you know that too, because you very quickly got his tweet, which went directly to over 420,000 Twitter followers. And we're very happy that David accepted our invitation and that this weekend he's been able to show his lovely family around his old Ithaca stomping grounds. Will you please join me in welcoming your choice for this year's commencement speaker, David Boreanaz.
Wow. Okay, here we are. Yes. Thank you, President Rochon, members of the Board of Trustees, esteemed faculty, families, parents, grandparents, irritable siblings, and most importantly, to the most beautiful class of 2013. Question. Yes. How many of you sitting here today, insecure about your past and uncertain of your future, with no guarantees that what you've invested here will reap rewards? How many? Just a few hands? No, not you graduates. I'm talking about the parents. Don't worry, folks. Your children are great. They've blossomed. We have fertilized their young minds. From Kilpatricks to Moonies. So graduates, I ask you today, for all the times that you have cried on their shoulders, drained their bank accounts, wrecked their cars, stand up. Stand up. Turn around and give them a thundering round of applause. Okay, you can sit. Thank you. I'm so deeply honored to be here today, humbled. Emotionally, I will get through this because I've been flooded with so many emotions. When they told me that I would be inducted into the same Ithaca College Commencement Speaker Club as speakers such as ABC News correspondent David Muir, the brilliant actress CCH Pounder, yes, and Darth Vader himself, James Earl Jones. I was stunned. I was excited. I lost my mind a bit. When I told my father, he actually forwarded me the last bill he paid for tuition at Ithaca College, with all the parking tickets and library fines attached. Dad, you saved them, I don't know why. And he still hasn't forgotten that I failed to walk into graduation with my class. But I was here, 1991. God, you were all in diapers. Wow. I had on the black gown, I had on the black Converse sneakers, I had on a Los Angeles Lakers t-shirt. No, I'm not a fan, not a fan. I was just going to Los Angeles. These parkies are rowdy, aren't they? But instead of marching in, I sat right over there at the entrance where I could watch the whole class just pass before me so that I could say goodbye. Aw. But when you really think about it, you never really say goodbye to Ithaca. Because it's very likely that whatever you find best in yourselves, you found right here. And I know I did. So let's go back at your very first Ithaca convocation as incoming freshmen, August 24th, 2009, when President Roshan admonished you to, quote, pay attention to that shimmering longing for an authentic existence that you find within and try and live that. And when you really think about it, it's kind of difficult to do. I have been blessed to live my life trying to do just that, by finding my own authentic existence. It's kind of strange, by pretending. Playing make-believe. And I came by it very honestly early on. You see, my father had a kid show called Rocket Ship 7. You never watched it. I know he had props and he had puppets and he stored all of this equipment in his garage. And I cannot tell you the amount of times I spent and hours and the lives I lived among the gas cans and snow shovels and snow tires, playing with those puppets and doing skits with my sisters. And I learned early on that playing is so important. So graduates, remember to play. You don't have to use puppets. My search for that authentic existence earlier involved being a ball boy for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. That was kind of crazy. In fact, the essay that I wrote about being a ball boy, an athlete, a calling that requires you to be loose and lucky. That essay got me into college because my SATs were horrible. Along with some charm in an hour-and-a-half interview. That didn't help. Well, it did help, actually. My search took me on a journey from a parking attendant to a house painter to a props department assistant to the guy who hands out towels in a sports club and a guy who drives a truck and tries to sell gourmet food door to door. That was tough. You guys have to work, graduates. You have to earn it. Earn it. No one is going to give you anything in this life. Earn it. As I switch my page. My journey also carried me from being beat up by Al Bundy, a lover and a murderer on Valentine's Day, trying to win Lucy's heart, praying for a film called The Crow just to go away, finding it hard and easy with these girls, to fix it in a suffering man's way, to being a vampire so old that we really stopped counting after a while. A love letter so true that even Buffy, she couldn't get over it. I'm just guessing. That's my ego talking. A lost city of angels to stories untold to a Spalding Gray way and a coach who was not as mighty as the coach herself. An officer down, and not to forget, Bones. And a partner so damn stubborn that it drove me to wear a cocky belt buckle and crazy socks just to stay sane. I've also played an addict and the Antichrist, which the Catholic school kid in me finds totally gratifying, I must say. Laughing is essential. Laugh in your journey. Laugh at yourself. Even better. Laugh, graduates, laugh. As an actor, I have spent my life... Oh, the laugh inside of me is so painful right now. As an actor, I've spent my life inhibiting other people's psyches to tell other people's stories. But in doing so, I have crafted my own story, and I have tapped into my own authentic self. And that is what you guys are doing right now. Find that authentic self. And it doesn't matter if you're leaving here today and you're heading right back to your old room at Mom's house. Sorry, Mom. It's okay. You're still off on a great adventure in search of you. It really took me getting lost as a sophomore in Europe to begin that journey. That was a crazy trip. I headed out west after graduation with my father on a great adventure, thinking that I would surely enough get a 2-picture deal. But I ended up on a green couch in my sister's loft in downtown Los Angeles. Yeah, it was the single least comfortable green couch known to man. But it took an earthquake to get me off that couch. Really, an earthquake. June 28th, 1991, it knocked me right off that couch and on my ass. You see, fear is such a great motivator. So be uncomfortable. It's okay. It gets you off the couch. Every day, I would get off that couch and I would put on my suit. Actually, I had 2 suits. I would grab my briefcase packed with 200 resumes that I'm sure that my mother pressed before I left for Los Angeles. And I would drive to studio backlots. And I would go in and I would act as if I owned the place. I'd hang on sets, I'd get unintentional cameos in the crowd, and then when they called lunch, I'd follow the pack to craft service and I would eat. I mean, why not? It's free food. You see, I know the ropes. I was in the communication and film department here at Ithaca College. Thank you. Where we worked on small films and wrote small scripts and learned the art of power of telling stories. And right now, this very second, I fear it must sound kind of funny and maybe insignificant to all of you who live in this august world of eminent scholars. But the power of telling stories. Stories are powerful. And there is power in bringing these stories to life. One of my favorite stories, I'm sure you know this, is Maurice Sendak's Where the Wild Things Are. We know the story. As a boy, he's in wolf's clothing. He wreaks havoc. He gets a time out. He sails to a jungle island, encounters malicious beasts. He tames them, and then comes back to what feels most authentic to him. Home, and a hot supper prepared by his mother. There are so many real malicious beasts at work in the world. We've seen them all too often. But the most destructive of them all are the monsters born out of our own insecurities. You know them. It's the negative messages that we give to ourselves. I can't do this. I'm going to fail. I'm not good enough. Don't listen to them. Don't block them out. You can tame those thoughts. Don't be afraid. Fear blocks faith in yourself. It blocks your ability to love. It blocks out the sun if you let it. Graduates, be fearless. Live in your own stories and own them. I have lived in the realm of stories. An actor taps into that thing in oneself that relates to everyone. I mean, if you don't, the story we'll be telling you is false. What connects me to you is what's essential to all of us, the very essence of all of us. That's life. Life. Pretending to be someone I'm not relies absolutely on knowing who I really am. I mean, living, really living, is the art of cutting through all the distractions of the day and finding a calm place in your head and in your heart and getting to that core of yourself where you are most vulnerable, and then own it. If you don't do that, graduates, our trees will stop growing. We need trees. Live. Recently, a couple months back, I was having one of those horrible days at work. I don't know, pissed off a grip. Said something bad to the accountant. Got my wife upset about something. My wife sent me something that was kind of buzzing around the internet. I don't know exactly where it came from, but it kind of felt right to me, and I wanted to share that with you today. And it goes a little something like that. There comes a time in life when you walk away from all the drama that people create. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Forget the bad. Focus on the good. Love the people who treat you right. Pray for the ones who don't. Life is too short to be anything but happy. Love, graduates, love. Love yourself, love people, love your neighbors. Do what you love, but don't ever stop asking yourself what you want to be when you grow up. Sure, I want to be an actor. I want to be a director. I want to be a producer. But I still want to be that cowboy for hire. I mean, really, trust that what you love doing the most is what you're meant to do. Making life on this planet safer and saner and more just. Make that your pole star. Whether you plan on building a well in Africa or build a more inclusive country or build on your big idea, the dance floor of life is yours for the taking. Get out there, learn the moves. Remember to strap on shoes that fit you. It's very important. Not the ones that are perfect for someone else. Your turn on the dance floor, it won't be a minute waltz, more like a dance marathon. We'll dance later. Consider life a dance floor, and you will glide your way through anything, just like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, who did everything Fred did, but she did it backwards in high heels. Dance, wear comfortable shoes, graduates. Love life, laugh. 4 years ago, President Roshan invited you to find your authentic self. Today, I challenge you to live it. Keep living it. Keep loving it. Keep dancing with it. And most importantly, keep laughing with it. Hold on to it, because soon you will all conquer the world. Feeling that freedom you felt riding your mountain bike, right? Over through the gorges, over to Lake Cayuga and past Buttermilk Falls. Jumping off those cliffs. I know you did it. I'm not going to tell your parents. You're going to make mistakes. Make them big. Make huge mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. You're going to get sidetracked. Everybody gets sidetracked. You might even get canceled. Don't take it personally. Please, just get back out there. Because you know what? If you make it through season 2, they just might give you guys a spinoff. Congratulations, graduates, for your amazing accomplishment. Thank you for including me and welcoming me home. It means the world to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.